guys, welcome back to my channel Life Around NN. And today is Monday Q&A. So I asked on Facebook some of my friends and some of my subscribers who would like to ask me a few questions about parenting or weight loss or anything. So I have received some questions and I would like to answer those questions. So first of all, I would like to say thank you all for taking out time and asking me some lovely questions, and I will continue to do this Q&A session more frequently because it helps me interact with you more closely. So I'm glad and I'm thankful, and if you haven't liked and subscribed to my channel yet, please do that. So let's start. So the first question is from Megan Paulzin. How do you make time for yourself? I have 3 boys, 8, 5, and 18 months, and never sit down. Beautiful family. Thank you, Megan. I know it's difficult, and you have 3, that to different age. With me, I make sure that I have my me time, which usually is at night because I'm a working mom. So my 9 to 6 is like in office whole time. When I come back home around, so I reach around 7:30 to 8, and usually spend around 1.5 hours with my daughter. I cook. Once they go to bed around 8:30 or 9, that's where my me time starts. I know it's probably not healthy to stay awake till night, but I like to scroll some YouTube videos, and that's how I take out time for myself actually. I remember I bought a whole year massage package because I wanted to just relax and all, but trust me, it's been almost 1.5 years and I still haven't used it. But at night, that's where I get time for myself, like around 2.5 hours, and I'm happy with that. So I think, yeah, that's how once the girls go to bed, it's quiet. I can do whatever I want to do. That's how I take on my time for myself. Thank you for your question. Let's have a look at another one. So Bella, she says, how do you manage to take care of 2 same age babies that look alike? Meaning, do you ever confuse them? So just notice that Navya and Naisa looks very, very different. They don't look alike at all. I'm not sure if you can see that picture. It's just on our wardrobe, but they look very, very different, so we never confuse. Even our helper, Raquel auntie, she never get confused because they are absolutely different. So I will have the picture here for them, and probably you can see it here that they are absolutely different. And about the taking care of the same age, I feel that's an advantage because having different age babies is more challenging. That's what I feel. Maybe because I'm twin mom. I feel that because of different age, they have different requirements, they have different choices. But with Navya and Naisa, so far they are 2.5 years. Usually their interest and their requirements remains very similar, so it's easy for us to handle. Say for example, also in future they will start school, so it's easy for us to drop them to school because they are same age, same class, same school. It's good, isn't it? It's advantage for me actually. Thank you for asking your question. Okay, let's move on. Katie from Epic Kate. So she has a very, very good question. How much help do you have available? How do you deal with stress? I'm a twin mama. Big hugs to you. Big hugs to you as well. And I feel so connected with twin or triplets mom, because you understand what we go through. I think I have about the help. So first question is about the help. So I have a nanny for my kids. She's there. So she helps me with the kids when I'm in office. She cooks for them, she feeds them, and that's her task. That's her priority, and she loves my kids. So and I love her, and she loves me too. So I think I have a lot of help from her, and I'm really thankful to her always because I'm not worried about my kids at all. I trust her, and she really takes good care of my babies, even sometimes more than I can do for them. And how do I manage with the stress? So I have office stress, and I have to make sure that things are available at home because my husband has a busy job as well. So I have office, I have a helper. I need to make sure that Raquel is comfortable. I need to make sure the kids have everything at home. I cook as well. So I have multiple areas which can give me stress sometime. But I feel that I have my mom. So mostly I share, if I'm stressed, then I'm always open, and I'm happy to share it with my mom, and she can advise me or she can suggest me something. But I feel that when you have stress, something is in your mind, you can always share it with your partner, but don't keep it inside your heart because otherwise it just gets accumulated and then erupt as a volcano. So I usually share with my mom if I'm stressful about my office or anything. If Dheeraj has time, sometimes I share it with him as well. If that is something where he can really advise me. But mom related stuff, I usually talk to my mom. And yeah, it feels so good. Maybe she cannot help it always help me like 100% of the time, but after talking to her, I feel more relaxed, and you share out, you feel easy. Especially women, they like to share, they like to talk and all. So with me, I that's how I deal with my stuff, stress. And with Raquel also, sometimes if I have some issue, if I'm stressed about anything like weight gain of babies, or nice as not eating, then I talk to Raquel as well. um, you know very frankly. So that's how I think for me talking helps me a lot. And I had postnatal depression also after Navya and Naisa. So at that time I went to psychiatrist as well, and I'm not ashamed of it at all. But it's good. It's good if you have some. And at that time only I felt that if you share, because with psychiatrists they're not judging you, right? So they're happy to listen, and they're counsel you and all that. So I think that really helps as well. Let's move on. I will soon be a twin mama next month. Oh my god. This is Krista L. Bromley. Congratulations, first of all. I know I've been following you on your channel. You're so, so gorgeous. I was like, so I used to look horrible in my pregnancy. My question is, what have you been your biggest challenge with twins this far? So they are 2.5 years right now. I think for me the biggest challenge, there are two biggest challenge. The first one is traveling, and the second one is if they get sick. So why traveling? Because it's so difficult. Recently we had a Canada trip, and it's difficult to manage, and I can't travel with them alone. It's impossible for me, at least at this age. Maybe when they're 6 or 7 years old it'll be easy, but so far my biggest challenge is traveling with them. So every time if we are planning of going out of the country, um, we are like, okay, should we take them or should we just leave them at home with auntie? Because it's so challenging. We went to India with them the first trip, they got sick. We went to Singapore with them, they got sick. We went to Canada with them, they got sick. So I think for us traveling is the biggest challenge. Like I wanted to go to UK with them, but because my husband had to stay there for a longer time than me, so I couldn't take them because I know I won't be able to travel with them by myself. It's so complicated and so difficult. So I think traveling is more difficult. I would say it's very challenging because you have to have one person dedicated to one child. But with twins it's never easy traveling. So that's my one challenge. And second is when they get sick. So here doctor says, and the houses are small in Hong Kong, so here doctor says, okay, your child is sick, have viral fever or something, keep other child away. It's impossible. You can't separate them. It's so impossible. So for me it's very, very difficult, and for Raquel as well, and for my husband as well. One gets sick, other one follows. Oof. It probably happens with other toddlers as well, but for me they get sick at the same time, and it's so challenging because I have to rush from office. Raquel needs to take care of both of them because they are cranky, they are sleepy or whatever. So these are my biggest two challenge, and I just want to give you lots and lots of best wishes. I hope everything goes well, and good luck. Let's move on to another question. So this is from Varna. She's my sister-in-law, by the way. She's asking me, do you miss your me time or we time when you're working 5 days a week? So during the week in the office, do you get this feeling that you are missing special time with the kids? How do you manage to spend quality time with the kids? One more question, that how do you make Navya and Isa sit at the table and have food? I have to run whole day after my son to make him eat. Please share some tips. Thank you. God bless NN. Thank you so much, Varnadi. I Here are my daughters screaming from the back. So me time, I have covered that. I make sure that I have my time when Navyanasa goes to sleep. V time. So I am pretty much connected with Navyanasa even in my office hours. I have Raquel, and she keeps on updating me like what they eat in the breakfast, how much they ate lunch, and everything. But yes, sometimes when they were pretty young, when they were starting to talk, starting to walk, so those were the moments which I never, or I missed. So that is the time. But for the V time, we are usually available over the weekends. So as you mentioned that I'm working 5 days, so Saturdays and Sundays are family days. So I make sure that I spend most of my time with Navi and Naisa. So I try to compensate what I miss during the week over the weekend. And another thing, how do I make them sit on the table? They are picky eaters, but after doctor advised, we started as a rule that if you're eating, you have to sit on your table and chair. Earlier it was high chair, now they sit on the table and chair. And when I am not there, they eat pretty okay, except Nisa is picky, still picky. It's a matter of habit, so you need to change that behavior in your child's mind, that okay, you cannot just run behind and eat. So my you are more experienced than me, but my advice would be, don't run, don't run behind him. If he needs to eat, he will eat eventually. That's what doctor told us initially when we took Nisa to the doctor. It works. Maybe it takes a week or a month, but eventually it works. So you can trust me on that. And you have seen Nisa, how picky she is. So this is from Sheetal Gulati Sablog. She's also a follower on YouTube. Thank you, Sheetal. And she's a twin mom. She's a super mom herself. And she's asking me, hi dear, according to me, you are a super mom. Everyone is a super mom who's handling everything with so much grace. Share some trick how you're taking care of yourself and being fit after delivery. So thank you so much. If you think I'm fit, I don't think so. Sheetal has two beautiful boys, twin boys, and they are so gorgeous. They are amazing. So I don't really take care of myself, and that's kind of thing I'm trying to learn. I don't do any skincare, or even I don't even moisturize my body. So I'm so bad at it. About the fit, so I have a rule that I will only do things which I can, continue for life. So I'm gonna post another video how I lost my body weight. I was like this, and how I'm like this now. So yeah, I'm gonna post it, and that will be very helpful. Of course, healthy eating and some kind of exercise is very important. So Sheetal, I know I can't really explain it here like in details, but wait and watch for that video. Trust me, it's very helpful. This is from Tanya, and she's my very old school friend, and she recently became a mom, so congratulations. How did you manage to leave them at home and go to work? How did you make them practice? It's a very, very good and very valid question for the working moms. So I took care of Navya and Asa till they were almost 6 months old. And I left them. I had to, because it was requirement from my office that I have to go back to work now. So I left them when they were 6 months old. I think I remember that Raquel had to go. Raquel reached the same day, the day I had my first day in office. So because they were pretty young, so they adjusted well. If I assume that when they're 2.5 years, I leave them with someone who they don't know, they will not adjust. It will be very difficult. So I think till 5 or 6 months, babies are pretty young, and if someone gives them love and affection, they can feel that. With Raquel and Navya and I saw happen the same thing. So Raquel came, I told her everything, how I feed them. I used to pump milk for them and all those things. So I taught her, and it went pretty smooth actually. They got attached to Raquel. They are still very attached to Raquel, and they got motherly feeling from her. So you need to make sure that whosoever is taking care of them has that love and affection towards your kids, and they treat them uh, well, even when you're not watching them. So with Raquel, that happened that I had no worries about my kids when I was out in office. Yes, I had to make sure that they're eating well, they're drinking well, because we had to note down all the time for them for their feed and everything. And I think Raquel did it pretty well. She really gave a lot of love to my daughters. Okay, this is from Day to Day with Sterling. Please look for her channel. She's amazing friend. We live in the same society. Peter and Felix are my daughter's friends, so do check out her channel, guys. Um, so her question is, if you have a choice, would you rather be a full-time mom instead of being a working mom? My answer is no. I love to be a working mom. I've always liked that. I like to go out, work, and have my own things in my mind apart from my personal life. I want to have my own career, motivation and milestones in my life. So I'm not saying that stay at home mom is not a good thing. My mom has been a stay at home mom for quite a while. Later she started working as well, but I feel that I enjoy my independence. I like that feeling of going to office, and I want to give that example to Navya and Isa as well, that when you grow up you should have your priority as well in your bucket list, not just yeah, I don't know, it's just my choice. I love to be a working mom. I enjoy that time. So yeah, the answer is no, without any much valid reason. I just enjoy to be a working mom. Okay, another one. So Rashi Mehra, she says, I'm struggling with the eating fuzzy eaters they are, and she has one daughter and one boy, twin mama. Nothing attract them, no cakes, no puddings, no pizza, literally nothing. And let's forget about roti and dal, etc. I have to give them their phones and make them sit, then I will feed them. I have tried so many times to make them eat on their own, but again, disappointment what I got. So I have give up that expectation of eating on their own. Anything you would like to suggest, then please. Lots of love to mama and my favorite stars, and then lots of love to you, Rashi. um my advice is, let them eat by themselves, let them starve if they need to. I have done that with Nisa when she turned 2 years old, and it really works. It takes time, but it works. It definitely works. I know a lot of people say, oh, and Indian kids can be horrible at eating. I know that for sure. And they can be stubborn. They won't eat for even a week. But stop running behind them. If they don't want to eat, let them starve. Let them stay hungry for a while. It might take a week, 2 days, or 10 days, or 15 days, or maybe a month. But you have to be strong. So don't give them mobile while eating. No distraction. That was a direction given to me by the doctor when we took Nisa to the doctor. Do not give any kind of distraction. I know it's heartbreaking for moms to see their child not eating. Same thing happens with me. I even lose my patience. I get so frustrated. But this really works well for them, and they will start gradually. So say for example, you are giving them 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all with the phone or the TV on. Start with one meal. Do it gradually. Don't do it all of a sudden, but start with one meal. If they're eating even one spoon, that's okay. give them variety of food, give them less, don't give them too many choices, otherwise they will be overwhelmed, but you can change it. See what they prefer. You need to work around a little bit of what kind of texture. Maybe they're texture sensitive, like Nisa likes to eat crisp chips. So but you have to be strong, and you have to decide that okay, this is what I want to do, this because this is good for my child. I know it's harsh a little bit, but eventually it'll be good for them. One of my friend, she said you are doing amazing job, Deepika. Hats off to you and Dheeraj. Thank you so much, Surbi. Thank you for following my page. I know you're pretty busy, but thank you so much for following my page. Thank you so much for checking out my videos. And I'm so happy that you all participated. I hope I answered kind of all your questions. And if I miss some, then I'm gonna cover it in my next Q&A. Thank you guys for watching. I try to post healthy recipes which are kids friendly, so do check out that. I do some family vlogs when we are traveling and when we are out, and stay tuned for more. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye bye.